Hello everyone, today in this video I'll be ranking all the Genshin Impact characters for the version 5.6 of Genshin Impact. So in the version 5.6 we got a new character Escoffier, which is a great ice buffer for Skirk, and yeah, she's definitely right up there. She's very good. So yeah, we'll be ranking all the characters. I know I haven't done a tier list for Genshin for quite a while, so for quite some time now. It's been a while, so I want to do a tier list right before the Skirk banner. So if you're new to the channel and you just found me on YouTube, what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, share the video out with your friends and family, and let's dive in. So we have 5 types of tier list in here. We have God tier list, we have SS, A, B, C, from best to the worst. Okay, all right, from the best to from the God tier list. There's no doubt about that. He's a beast. He's a monster. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a freaking monster, guys. I'm talking none other than Neuvillette. Where's Neuvillette at? There's a lot of characters. Genshin Impact has a lot of characters. I mean, it's been 5 years in the game, and characters have piled up in here, as you can see in here. It's taking me quite a time to find the bullet in here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I know you were right up here. There you go. There you go. I found him. So Neuvillette definitely is going to be right up there at the God tier list. He is one of the best characters in Genshin Impact when it comes to DPS, best Hydro character. He has a high scaling and a fast tick of his charge attacks, can output high amounts of damage per second, can fit into multiple Hydro related combos due to his passive talent, hovers during casting of charge attack, contributes to fast mobility in the battlefield. Floating state can help traverse over water in overload exploration. Passive talent greatly helps underwater exploration as well. His C1 is highly powerful and definitely recommended. He's very free-to-play friendly as well. Even if you don't have his C1, he's still really great. To use with Zhongli, definitely one of the best. The next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Movica. Alright, Movica is going to be right up there at the God tier list. Okay. So Movica is very good. She's great. She has a great flexibility in team building, as she can be built either as an on-field or an off-field pyro applicator, or both at once. You can do it both at once as well. She has an extremely high damage scaling that can outperform current pyro carries with investment. She is easy to activate pyro application found in her elemental skill, which is a rarity in the context of current pyro characters. She requires no energy recharge to be able to use her elemental burst. Her exploration with her motorbike combines the strength of most of the Natlan tribe's exploration abilities in one character. So it's definitely one of the great characters right up there. All right, the next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Arlecchino. Arlecchino is definitely one of the most great pyro character after Movica. She's right up there, highly recommended. So the reason why I put Arlecchino over there is because a lot of strengths she has. Number one is she has a bond of life, which allows an artificial way of tracking her infusion. She is self-sufficient, and thus players can opt to pair her with a team of 3 buffers or with a shielder. She has an insanely high raw scaling and abundant buffs built into her kit, and allow for easy building. Her initiatively simple combos allow for consistent DPS with minimal downtime. Her charge attack can be used for exploration purposes, although it costs stamina. So she is definitely right up there, and very free-to-play friendly as well. The next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Furina. Furina is going to be right up there. All right, Furina is going to be right up there, 100% right up there. Furina. Yeah, so Furina is definitely great. Furina, she has a good damage scaling for her OCR form, and her elemental skill can be refreshed indefinitely. She's a great universal buffer for damage with her fanfare mechanic. As long as you have a healer, her HP drain to her party members opens up unique playstyle involving HP fluctuation. Certain characters can now equip HP change dependent artifacts and weapons as long as you have Furina in your team. Her being able to heal off-field with her Panoma form and her ability to walk on water with elemental skill active are highly convenient perks for overworld exploration. So yeah, the next character that I'm going to be ranking at the God tier list is going to be none other than our, let's see if I can find it. All I gotta do is find it. Nahida. Yes, Nahida is going to be right up there. Okay, Nahida is going to be right up there. Nahida is definitely great. Best applicator for Dendro with great off-field damage as a sub-DPS, especially with C2. Converts elementary mastery as additional crit rate and crit damage, making her extremely versatile by acting as a great damage dealer and a support at the same time. Elemental skill lasts for long duration while also having a low cooldown. The mark Nahida can be which apply to an enemy indefinitely after every team rotation, provides a huge elementary mastery bonus to the active character inside her elemental burst, which also increases the effectiveness of the team's Dendro reaction. Elemental skill allows you to collect collect materials in the overworld easily, especially for teams that hang on walls. So definitely right up there. The next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Yelan in the God tier list. Okay, Yelan, amazing sub DPS character. Her talents help fill in the downtime of main DPS characters. Her Yelan elemental burst directly increases an active character personal damage. Very friendly character, and if you have Yelan C1, she's definitely one of the best hydro sub DPS character right up there. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is Escoffier. Escoffier. Let's see if she is here. Yeah, right. There you go. I found her. Okay, Escoffier, definitely a great character. One of the few strengths that she has is simple one-button rules all playstyle due to her elemental skill being her most consistent damage tool with 100% uptime, also making her the best cryo applicator in the game as of now. Effectively, even at low investment, due to her rare shred being tied to a passive that only scales with the number of hydro and cryo teammates, provides good burst healing that scales with attack. Elemental skill has an alternate function that allows her to cook up to 4 unique dishes. She's great. One of the few weaknesses that she has is that she's essentially glued to freeze stream, as her resistance shred effectiveness drastically goes down if she's placed in anywhere else. So you can use it outside of the ice stream. So do keep that in mind if you use her. The next character is going to be none other than our OG C6 Xingqiu. If you've been playing Genshin Impact for quite some time now, then you must have, most of the people will have C6 Xingqiu. So C6 Xingqiu definitely going to be at the God tier list. Xingqiu has an elemental skill that provides damage reduction. His elemental burst provides consistent hydro application. Elemental skill provides multiple elemental particles. Okay. All right. Okay. Next character that I'll be ranking at the God tier list is gonna be none other than Xiangling. Okay, let me find Xiangling. Where's Xiangling at? Where are you? Where are you? Definitely not in here. Trying to find Xiangling. Trying to find her, guys. And I can't find her. Oh, there you go. There you go. Xiangling is right here. Xiangling is right here. Okay. C6 C4 Xiangling if you have C4. Okay. Xiangling has a high AoE elemental burst damage. Elemental burst has a strong pyro application on enemies. Xiangling elemental burst retains his damage buffs even after switching out. So yeah, definitely right up there. The next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be the God tier is gonna be Xylolan. Xylolan definitely right up there, guys. Okay, best support character here. So Xylolan provides an easy to trigger resistance shred that does not need any intricate rotation to benefit of it. Her resistance shred scales on nothing but elemental skill level, making her a high impact character even with low investment. She can fill both the healer and buffer roles in most teams, with the potential to also take up a burst sub DPS role. Her Xylolan elemental burst conditionally provides an on-demand heal which needed on top of being decent damage. So she's great. Definitely one of the best. All right, the next character I'll be ranking is gonna be none other than Bennett. Definitely Bennett is gonna be right up there. Alright, Bennett, one of the best attack buffers in the game that also provide fast healing and energy at low cost. Bennett can accumulate large amount of energy with his low cooldown elemental skill, making his elemental burst spammable. Can easily apply pyro to set up reaction. The burst also provides a field of pyro that can be used for applying reaction in Sunfire teams or Kazuha Sword. The next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Yinshan. Definitely going to be right up here. If you have a C2 Yinshan, it's more than enough. Okay, so Yinshan, extremely high attack buff, just like Bennett, giving her the best potential to rival and suppress most offensive support in the game. Not to mention that her best artifact is the Scroll of Hero of Cinder City. A Constellation skyrocket support output as well as improving ease of use, with C6 giving her elemental burst and near 100% uptime every rotation. Weapon choice and artifact farming extremely forgiving, as Yinshan only needs attack and energy recharge to be quite effective in the field. Passive talent gives Yinshan some healing potential for the team. Her weapon choice and artifact farming extremely forging, as Yinshan only needs attack and energy recharge to give. Okay, so Yinshan's definitely going to be up there, guys. The next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Citlali. Alright, Citlali is going to be right up there. Alright. Citlali is a premium defensive support for teams focusing on melt and frozen, as she gives pyro and hydro resistance shred, cryo application and shield. Her off-field cryo application have frequent procs and follows your active character, which makes it reliable for melee characters like Arlecchino. Her maximum duration of her shield from her elemental skill can be refreshed before its duration is over. Her elemental burst has huge damage scaling and can be used as a nuke with melt, especially with her elemental mastery scaling. Okay. Her exploration utility is best for exploring the master of the night wind area similar to Ornn. She is great with Arlecchino, Momovica, and with Nuvolet. She's good. Great with the teams with the Pyro and Pyro and Cryo teams. I mean Pyro and Hydro teams, not Cryo one. Okay, she's good because she gives Pyro and Hydro resistance. Okay, the next character is gonna be none other than, let's see. Okay, none other than Kazuha. Kazuha is gonna be right up here. Okay, so Kazuha is still one of the great support characters till date. Definitely gonna be up there. So with Kazuha, his elemental skill is one of the best grouping skill in the game. Does not suffer from extreme energy requirement, so elemental burst can stay up consistently. Kazuha elemental damage bonus buff remains one of the most effective in the game. Due to his high elemental mastery, he can deal significant sword damage. He can double jump, helpful in the exploration in the overworld. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking at the God tier list is going to be Zhongli. Zhongli is going to be right up here. One of the few strengths Zhongli has is that his near unbreakable shield that can withstand most attacks. His shield gives an unconditional all elemental resistance, which makes him extremely flexible to most team comps. His large AoE geo damage on burst that can also petrify enemies. His geo pillar can resonate without other geo constructs, which adds more DPS to mono geo teams. Alright, now moving on to our SS rank. For the SS rank, I'm going to be ranking Beressa. I will be ranking Beressa in here. Okay. So one of the few things Beressa has, she has a very high innate damage potential due to most of her attacks coming from plungers, which are known to have high damage scaling. Her self-enabling DPS that can set herself up to utilize most of her kit, having dedicated support, amplifies her damage and ease of use exponentially. Plunge playstyle allows her to potentially avoid damage during normal combat without needing to go out of her way to dodge. Her Night Soul transmission gives Beressa a way to quickly traverse within Natlan across land and sea. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Molani. Molani is going to be right up here. Alright, so yeah, Molani definitely deserves to be at this part. Molani, her damage is front-loaded, making her extremely good choice for elemental reaction like Vaporize. Molani damage source comes from her own HP, which can be easily stacked with leveling artifacts, weapons, and even with Hydro Resonance. Her Sharky Bite lets Molani deal damage, mark opponents while increasing the damage she deals to them with the number of marks. Her elemental skill allows Molani to ride through water, providing a quick way to travel around waterly areas. Okay, so the next character that I will be ranking at the SS tier list is going to be none other than Kinich. Okay, Kinich is going to be right up here. So Kinich scales Spiker cannon damage scales massively, giving Kinich great front-loaded damage potential. His elemental skill lets Kinich evade enemy attacks without sacrificing DPS damage. His elemental burst is good source of off-field AoE dendro damage that is flexible in its use and also extends the duration of his Night Soul blessing during his skill. His elemental skill lashes onto opponents and automatically targets them, eliminating any nonsense when it comes to range opponents. Alright, the next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Navia. Alright, Navia is going to be right up here. Okay, so Navia, excellent damage from her elemental skill, and this can be used twice per rotation with damage AoE, which is best used against bosses. Her comfortable playstyle, as her teams will almost always have crystallized shield up. Her teams have easy access to free-to-play characters with minimal investment to supply her with crystallized shards. Access to elements other than Geo provides her with more flexibility in team building and therefore not hindered by mono Geo limitations. Next character I'll be ranking is gonna be, let's see. Yeah, Alhaitham. Alhaitham is gonna be up here. Alhaitham can deal high single multi-target damage, flexible to perform all dendro-related reaction on field, extremely fast dendro application, infusion cannot be overridden and is not tied to burst. Okay, next character gonna be Huta. T1 Huta, alright? T1 Huta, okay. Her HP conversion to attack contributes a huge amount of boost to her already good scaling and vaporize potential. Monstrous DPS against boss type enemies or in single target situation. Elemental burst enables her to be self-sufficient, especially with her high risk, high reward playstyle, provides crit rate for other party members. The next character I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than Line. Alright. Okay. Line has a high scaling DPS damage and is among one of the highest of charge, attack and pyro user, and only scales higher the more pyro characters there are on the team. Green Walking Hat can easily be refreshed via charge attack. for elemental burst, allowing for at least 2 sources of DPS at any time. His 5-stack charge level passive increases Linnea's elemental skill damage, letting Linnea nuke down content with ease provided he is a healer. He has a healer. The green milking hat can grab enemy attention, allowing Linnea to focus down opponents, useful for gathering local specialties in Fontaine. The next character that I'll be ranking, let's see, it's going to be none other than Chaska. So, Chaska is capable of triggering any elemental reaction that the team can do on her own. Chaska can function in almost all teams that are based on Pyro, Hydro, Electro, and Cryo. Elemental skill lifts her into the air, offering Chaska way to avoid most forms of melee damage. Variety in damage allows her to use an attack goblet, which makes building her easier. Exploration ability lets Chaska traverse most vertical areas in the game as she can fly over them. Okay, the next character I'll be ranking is gonna be Gaming. T6 Gaming, okay? Let's see where Gaming is. We gotta find Gaming, guys. We gotta find Gaming here. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Oh, I'm trying to find you, buddy. I'm trying to find you here. Okay, I cannot find Gaming. Where is it? Oh shit, Gaming is right here, guys. Gaming is right here. I thought I put Kinich over there. My bad. Okay, my bad. Gaming is right up here. Right up there. I put Kinich instead of Gaming over there and I thought it was Kinich. My bad. Okay, Gaming. Let's talk about Gaming. So guys, pretend like it was Kinich, okay? It was my bad. Anyways, Gaming has a high base scaling for a 4-star main DPS character, which is rarity for such type. Gaming is one of the more reliable characters to trigger Vaporize, Melt, or Burgeon, as the skill perfectly lines up with the window needed for such a reaction to occur with him as the trigger. Self-sufficient, as he can heal himself from both his elemental skill burst, which lets him utilize March's Hunter even without someone like Purina. Obtain higher consolation at C6 makes him competitive against most 5-star main DPS characters. The next character that I'm going to be ranking is going to be none other than C2 Raiden. My most favorite character in the game, Genshin Impact, guys, Raiden Shogun. Energy recharge scaling benefits her damage and overall utility for her party members. She can apply energy while also being extremely potent with her personal DPS. She has one of the most impactful consolation at C2. The Sword of Permanent Elemental skill with active electro application, which makes her one of the best for Hyper Bloom team comps. Passively increase the team elemental burst damage from her skill. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Riot Leslie. It's going to be at C1 here. So, let's talk about Riot Leslie. So, Riot Leslie, constant cryo usage, useful for elemental reactions such as freeze due to being a catalyst user. Relies on normal attacks for big constant damage, which lessens dependence on elemental skill and burst cooldown. High damage scaling with potential for melt. Capable of self-healing should his HP too low. Can easily cross water by ice bridging as a catalyst user. The next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Clorinde. Okay. So Clorinde, quick electro application with good overall damage from her elemental skill, elemental burst, allowing her to be a great on-field electro applicator. The next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than, let's see if I can find it. It's going to be Fischl. T6 Fischl. Okay, Fischl. Using Fischl, one of the Fischl greatly benefits. Okay, Fischl is relatively straightforward to build and can perform well even at low investment. While Fischl Ascension passive lets her serve as an electro battery. Using her elemental burst resets the cooldown of her elemental skill, allowing her to have 100% skill uptime on Oz with proper energy recharge. Oz attack quickly, leading to high electro application can facilitate plenty of electro-related reaction due to Oz effects. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is going to be Yae Miko. Like the SS tier list. It's going to be Yae Miko, okay? He's great off-field electro damage and application, especially on aggravate on quicken teams. Elemental skill totems have wide targeting range and may hit any enemies in the vicinity. It also hits foes randomly, which can be advantageous spark if you are battling against enemies that are spread out. The next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be Nilou. Okay, let's talk about Nilou. Nilou changes Dendro cores into a more powerful version called Bountiful Cores. Applies strong debuffs to enemies from her second constellation. Bountiful Cores do great damage against multiple enemies. Alright, the next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be Uki Shinobu. Uki Shinobu is gonna be right up here. consistent off-field electro DPS damage. Elemental skills synergize very well in Hyper Bloom teams, low elemental burst cost, and reliable healing. The next character is gonna be none other than, let me find out, Emily. Emily is gonna be right up here, guys. So, Emily elemental skill has great single target and Dendro application that has more than 100% uptime to keep an enemy burning indefinitely. The special attacks from one of Emily's Ascension passives are an incredible potent source of Dendro damage in her kit. 85% pyro resistant in burning teams with Emily allows them to thrive even in areas where they would normally take plenty of self damage. Alright, next character I will be ranking is gonna be Chiori. Okay, Chiori is gonna be right up here. Chiori provides a consistent and reliable off-field geo damage without needing any trigger, as Komato is not considered a destructible geo construct. Her elemental skill has decent range and damage multipliers, which can be useful when dealing with multiple enemies. Elemental skill on hit passive is independent of Komato attack timing, allowing for 3 forms of geo damage at a maximum. Elemental burst has high scaling, giving her good burst potential. Split scaling allows for flexible substats on her build. The next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Oronon. Oronon is going to be right up there. Oronon provides electro application and damage to the team in the form of passive. In his proper team comms, his Hypersense effect damage has a nearly 100% uptime, which can increase his ease of use. Passive damage scales on nothing but Oronon attack, making him simple to build. Has access to the powerful scroll of the Hero of Cinder artifact set, allowing him to boost the team with elemental damage by up to 28%. He has a useful rocket jump ability that lets him ignore some vertical areas in the game by shooting himself into the air. Okay. The next character is gonna be Chevrose. I'll be ranking Chevrose right up there. Now I'm gonna find Chevrose. Where are you? Damn, there's so many characters. Hard to find a thing for. For some reason, I can't find him. Am I crazy? Or am I going insane here? Rose, where are you? God damn it. Gotta be right up here. I'm missing something. Okay. You know what? Here you go. My God. Jesus. Okay. Rose. Let's talk about her. Strong buffer with her potent pyro and electro resistance shred, an attack buff for the entire party simply by triggering overload and using her skill. Moreover, her attack buff lasts for 30 long seconds. Chevrose buff makes up for the lack of NMO support from Verdation Venerer in her dedicated teams. She can substitute the likes of Kazuha for those who want to insert him in other team comms. In addition, he's mostly comparable to C0 Kazuha, but her C6 can potentially suppress his buffs in an overload team. On top of all the buffs, she can also heal the active character with her elemental skill. Chevrose can generate around 4 energy orb, which only having 60 energy cost. One of the few things you need to consider: her skill cooldown is 15 seconds, but her C4 allows her to use it more than once. Healing is only for active character, but C6 unlocks initial party recovery for her entire team. So with more consolation, Chevrose becomes better. Of course, similar to most cases in 4-star. More consolations you get. Okay, next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be Janyun. One character that I recently pulled a few months ago. Janyun enables the plunge attack playstyle for any character. She also gives big damage buff for such playstyle while also having access to Verdation Venerer. Healing is for all characters in your party, which makes her a good pair with Furina. Her attack scaling benefits everything in her kit, including her healing buffs and damage. This also allows her to focus on as much energy recharge as she can get, so she can use her burst off cooldown. She gives crit rate to all party members if enemies are hit by her elemental skill. Great exploration ability to access high areas. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking will be none other than Baiju. Okay. Extremely comfortable party healing from his elemental skill. Off-field Dendro application on his burst. HP scaling benefits both his healing and Dendro. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Jean. Okay. Jean elemental skill can be used to toss enemies into the air, allowing them to take fall damage. This works even in the abyss. Healing capabilities, scales of attack, incentivizing building her as a respectable sub DPS. Ascension passive drastically lowers her energy recharge requirement due to its energy refunding. Elemental burst provides AoE burst heal and damage. This can serve as a huge benefit for Furina teams, as Jean can easily stack 10 fail point and shred resistant if required. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is going to be none other than Shenhe. Okay. Shenhe provides large amount of cryo and physical resistance shred. Tailor-made for mono cryo teams, her elemental burst covers a wide area. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking is gonna be none other than Mona. Okay. Mona Elemental Burst is still one of the best team-wide buffs in the game and only scales with talent level. Generally only needs ER to be effective as a support, but can be a good sub-DPS unit with proper crit stats. Offers crowd control through elemental skill and burst. Elemental burst duration can be artificially extended via crowd control, which allows her to slot into freeze teams. The next character is gonna be Sucrose. Alright, let's... Okay. As a catalyst user, Sucrose is able to apply NMO with ease, making her an effective on-field driver for Sword. Able to increase the elemental mastery of the party through ability usage, making her extremely formidable support. Sucrose is effective as a premium 5-star counterpart if built and played correctly. C1 gives her more crowd control and resistance threat opportunities, as well as making her rotation more flexible. Okay, the next character that I'll be ranking in the A tier list is gonna be Ayaka. Okay, Shao. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, trying to find out. Protect the child. Diluc. Let's see. Hayato. Ainari. Wanderer. Ganyu. Venti. Edo. Pole. Ozaria. Danyan. Who am I missing? Kokomi. Okay. Aruzan C6. Iona C6. Gosh, there's so many characters. Yao Yao. Charlotte over here. Big Charlotte. T1 Lela. Alright. Okay, at the B tier list we have Hito. Let's see. Dino. Tifa. Eula. Let's put Noelle over here. Tetos. Lumia. Let's see who we got. Albedo. Bennett. Traveler. Oh, there's so many characters. Edgewin. Okay, we got Sayu over here. Deha. Mizuki. Makeup. Sara. Kirara. Gorua. Okay. Aya. Okay, Chichi. Dongyan. Lisa. Hector Traveler. Candace. Dori. Okay, the other characters, I'm gonna rank them. Eminent is definitely gonna be right up here. Okay, the others for the C tier list will be ranking. I'll put Catching over here. Get B tier list. Okay, and yeah, gonna be right up here. Toma, here. Engine. Alright, Barbara, Lee, Amber. Alright. So yeah. So these are the characters. Okay, that's a very good tier list, I would say. Okay, so this is my Genshin tier list, guys. We have the God tier, SS, A, B, C, as you can see up here. So if you guys enjoy this tier list guide, please make sure to like and subscribe. And up till then, take care, bye bye, and I'll see you in the next video.